Welcome back and happy 5th of July. Thank you for being a part of the program. I hope your holiday went well, a bit extended for some, a bit broken up for others. Regardless, I'm glad to have you back here this evening. Your forecast, as you can very well imagine, has changed, and I'll have that update for you in just a few seconds as we now look on to the rest of July and looking on to tonight's program. Some arrests, some other investigations, 2 reports of one of a body being found in Johnson County, bones being found here in Magoffin County. I'll tell you about both of those in just a few moments. We will take a quick look at our Miss Magoffin as she was on the stage of Miss Kentucky over the course of the weekend, and a lot more to work into tonight's program, so stay tuned. Before we go any further, however, breaking news coming out of the far Middle Fork area here in Magoffin County, a shooting investigation literally underway as we speak, if you're catching the early show, most certainly. I need to stress that portions of tonight's broadcast were pre-recorded earlier in an effort for myself to make an engagement that I had this evening. However, I did come back into the newsroom and to finish the show right at the beginning of the 6 o'clock hour. The investigation had been ongoing for about 30 to 45 minutes, possibly, after Magoffin County 911 alerted EMS and law enforcement to a possible suicide attempt in the far Middle Fork area. That was the initial call. All that I can confirm at this hour is that we're being told that it appears to be a double shooting, that the Magoffin County Coroner's Office was being called, and that one individual was being life-flighted via helicopter after being shot in the face. However, that shooting victim that was alive was alert and conscious, apparently, according to EMS reports from the scene. Again, that's all I have. The far Middle Fork area, what appears to be a double shooting, what appears to be a shooting fatality involving one person and another person who was shot in the face, who was being airlifted from the scene just as the show actually was beginning, or soon after the show had actually began, just a few seconds ago. I hope to have an update for you before the end of this broadcast. If not, most certainly I will have one for you on tomorrow night's program. We have, of course, now, as is always the case, sadly, after the 4th of July, an expected number of reports of accidents, many involving hospitalizations from fireworks gone wrong. And actually, I know there's been a couple of hospitalizations in parts of Kentucky. The most serious and deadly case, and only deadly case that I know of, is actually out of Boone County, where a man was attempting to light what was phrased as a commercial-grade firework, but he had altered the fuse. He was also using a homemade device, or mortar, if you will, to shoot the projectile, and it blew up instantly when he tried to light it, and he died. And he's been identified as 48-year-old Brian Simpson of Florence, Kentucky. With that said, a body found in the Johnson County area yesterday, and this is all I know at this time. First, that there was a body confirmed to have been found in the Whitensville area, according to the Johnson County Coroner's Office. Discovery was yesterday, and the Kentucky State Police were investigating that discovery. I reached out to Johnson County Sheriff Scott Hazlett earlier today as we were awaiting any official release from the press release, and he said, yes, indeed, the Kentucky State Police were investigating. It was his understanding, however, that the night before, or the evening before, his office had been asked for an attempt to locate who he believes was the same individual, and that individual was found the following day, yesterday, on 23 in the Cave Fork area, the mouth of Cave Fork. And that's all I have at this moment. No identification, no potential cause of death or anything else has been issued to us, but it is under investigation again by the Kentucky State Police. I started receiving calls here locally this morning asking if I was aware of some possible human bones being found here in Magoffin County over the course of the weekend. I reached out to Magoffin County Sheriff Bill Meader earlier today, who confirmed that over the course of the holiday weekend in the Job 25 area, Oakley area of Magoffin County, that some folks were getting ready to shoot some fireworks, and that they did find a number of bones that they feared might have been human. Meade says that he went to the area and collected those, and has such sent those to the state medical examiner's office for confirmation of what he believes at this time are not any type of a human bone. However, he said there was reason to suspect, rightfully so, but just as confirmation, at this time they're not suspected or believed to be of any type of a human nature, but that will be confirmed, he says, as soon as tests are back. We'll let you know if it turns out to be anything different than just some sort of an animal or something of that nature. Let's go on to a couple of arrests, actually 3 coming out of Johnson County since I saw you last. In speaking with Johnson County Sheriff Scott Hazlett earlier today, he told me of a drug-related arrest that he and his department made over on Laurel Street in Johnson County. And this going back to late last week, on Friday actually, as well as another case of an arrest involving a father who reportedly stabbed his son. In the first case, Sheriff Hazlett says that he and his department were executing a search warrant at the residence of the man to the left of your screen, James Robert Castle, on Laurel Street Friday afternoon, when he and deputies as well found not just Castle but Kelly Keene inside the home. Also inside the home, after a brief search, Ziploc baggies containing what they believe was methamphetamine, a number of pills of different varieties. Also other drug paraphernalia, including a number of Ziploc baggies to resell drugs, and over $2,200 in cash. Both face identical charges of trafficking in a controlled substance, methamphetamine, possession of drug paraphernalia, trafficking in legend drugs, first offense, and prescription not in its original or proper container. Castle and Keene are both still lodged in the Big Sandy at this hour. In the other case, going to July the 2nd, day before yesterday, on 6th Street, just before noon, the Paintsville Police Department says they were dispatched to the area for a man trying to stab another man. Upon their arrival, they found one man sitting behind a vehicle parked in front of an apartment there at that complex. When they approached the vehicle, that subject, identified as Tracy B. Mollett, took off on foot towards the back of the apartments, ignoring commands to stop and surrender to authorities. The authorities, who made contact with a victim, the son of Tracy Mollett, who says that they had been in an altercation just moments before, and that the laceration on his left arm was caused by his father. The laceration serious enough to have to go to the hospital and receive medical attention. Upon arresting and apprehending the elder, he admitted to smoking methamphetamine just prior to the altercation. Tracy Mollett, 51 of Paintsville, was charged with assault, domestic violence in second degree, as well as public intoxication, excluding alcohol, and fleeing and evading police.
Johnson Central High School stands alone, providing the most college and career programs of study in one building throughout the entire Commonwealth of Kentucky, including Lexington and Louisville. Pathways ranging from the medical field to engineering, IT, welding, law, and even aviation are among our 27 different choices. Work has also started on a brand new state-of-the-art high school. Every child deserves to experience the power of opportunity. Only available in Johnson County schools.
It's Dipper Day tomorrow at your Sayersville Lee's Famous Recipe. Yes, you can get our famous all-white big chunks of crispy chicken any day of the week as a snack, a meal, or as a party box. But on Thursday, Dipper Day, you get the meal that's dippers with 2 homemade sides and a biscuit for just $6.79. Only at your Sayersville Lee's. Also famous for our ice. 2 locations, 2 ATMs, too much history, over 120 years, and just too many reasons not to trust. The oldest, only banking family that exists for the sole purpose of helping your families, our friends, grow financially and securely. Lean on Sayersville National Bank for any of your home, auto, commercial, retirement, or online banking needs. And let us help you make your dreams come true. The reassurance of getting your medications and over-the-counter needs at Sayersville's oldest and most trusted pharmacy, the convenience of curbside pickup and call-ahead service, and the fact that you can walk in, order to go, or sit down and get gourmet quality hot fudge brownies, nachos, shakes, coffees, hot dogs with homemade sauce, desserts, and more makes it more than your hometown Good Neighbor Pharmacy. It's a destination in downtown Sayersville, Frazier's Prater Drugstore. It doesn't get any sweeter than that. Magoffin Farm Bureau and manager Doug Green are proud to welcome Agent Jeff Salyer to the agency. Jeff's lifelong knowledge of the community and our people make him an immediate asset for all of your auto, home, life, commercial, and retirement investments. They're waiting for your call or visit at Magoffin Farm Bureau. Major update, as of around 1 o'clock today, the Ivy Point Hill was reopened, you'll be glad to note, after that huge slip after a lot of rain over the course of a number of days, combined, of course, with the construction project that's going on there to cause a lot of earth and trees to slip into the roadway and make it very treacherous. After working throughout the holiday, the contractors, and I believe, of course, State Highway Department as well, cleared that mess and slip earlier today. And again, the Ivy Point Hill is back reopened. Still one lane of traffic with the red lights on each end, so keep that in mind, but it is back open to traffic, I'm glad to report. Well, I don't know if your 4th of July plans entail catching the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest every year, but for myself and Andrew, most of the time when we can catch it, we do. And we did this year. And it's always been a bit of a fascination of mine not to participate. I know I might be good at it, but maybe not after seeing this. But just as a fan, it's always made me, however, want to maybe think about holding one of some nature. But as we learned yesterday, well, there's more to it than just eating a bunch of hot dogs. We ventured down to the Red River Gorge area for their very first annual Sky Bridge Hot Dog Eating Contest. Sky Bridge Station, a very popular restaurant known for its hot dogs and other eats and atmosphere, celebrated its 10-year anniversary yesterday on the 4th of July. 10 years yesterday for Sky Bridge Station, and they thought it would be a good idea, and indeed it was, to have a hot dog eating contest of their own.
Eating contest benefit the Red River Gorge Climbers Coalition. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to bring up our illustrious competitive eaters.
About a half dozen eager contestants, including a young gun here, Mr. Carson Anderson, who thought he'd take a stab at 15 hot dogs in 10 minutes. The first to eat that many, or the most, would be the winner of the first annual Sky Bridge Station Hot Dog Eating Contest. My buddy Drew Stevens there at the mic. You might recognize him. He's been on Your News Today a number of occasions. He's the Public Affairs Officer for the Wolf County Search and Rescue Team. And he's also the MC for Trivia Night that they have on Tuesdays at Sky Bridge Station. That's a wonderful evening in and of itself. So it was a twofer last night. Who could eat the most hot dogs and who could answer the most questions? Well, I can answer one of them for you. The gentleman with his cap turned backwards, meaning nothing but business, Mr. Eric Dodge. He couldn't choke down 15, but he was able to take out the challenge from the young man.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ding, 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 ding. Let's hear it for Mr. Eric Dodge, the first annual Sky Bridge Station Winner Eating Competition winner. Thank you guys who participated.
First time I've ever done anything like this. What possessed you to jump in? There were only 2 people entered, and I felt bad because it's the first annual, so I just jumped in, and I got a bunch of people here with me, so they told me I need to do it. What were your expectations versus what happened? I thought I'd get 15 in 5.5 minutes, but I couldn't finish more than 10, so I was donezo. What will you do with your newfound title moving forward? Well, I'm hoping to get a crown built or something I can wear around town, you know, something that shows off what I got done. I don't know, maybe they'll make me a trophy. You think Joey Chestnut's worried? What's that? You think Joey Chestnut's worried right now? Not at all. Not at all, man. Still, congratulations, sir. Thank you. Thank you. We'll take a bit of a look at Miss Kentucky over the course of the weekend, specifically our own Miss Magoffin Riley Castle. And I'll tell you everything that I can about her in just a few seconds. Right now, relatively a new week, so to speak, and that means a relatively new community calendar brought to you by Farm Bureau here in Magoffin. Birthday wishes to begin. Sarge Rao called a little while ago and said, be sure to wish Freddie back a happy belated 75th birthday. His birthday falling over the course of the 4th of July holiday, maybe on the 3rd, I think he said. So regardless, happy birthday, Freddie. Happy belated birthday to you. In other announcements, this from our friends over at the Water into Wine Food Pantry at the Lakefront Church of God. They did not have their regular pantry today due to the large quantities of produce and other foods that they've got for delivery this week, so their distribution will be tomorrow and Friday, curbside pickup. You still must bring your card to curbside, and that will count for your monthly box. The curbside will be monitored for fairness, they say, in distribution and quantity, so no worries. Just bring your card and be sure to bring yourself tomorrow and Friday at the Lakefront Church of God Water into Wine Pantry. Bring your announcements to me whenever you've got them so I can tell everyone about them. Birthdays and anniversaries, too. Going on to obituaries for this evening. Services were held today for 72-year-old Joanne Sloan McCarty of Stinson, who passed away Saturday at her home. The daughter of the late Harry and Ona Penix Sloan, her husband Orville McCarty, and her brother Billy Tackett also preceded her in death. She survived by her son Gary McCarty and daughter Melissa Holbrook, her brother Charles Bub Tackett, and a number of grandchildren. Services again held in her honor earlier today. Services were also held earlier today in Magoffin County for 66-year-old Victor Reisner of Sagersville. He passed away Sunday at his home, the son of the late Luther Green Reisner and Imogene Collins Caldwell. He survived by his daughters, Michelle Conley, Treva Howard, and Victoria Sanders, a sister, Opal Colvin, and 9 grandkids and 1 great-grandchild. In addition to his parents, Victor is preceded in death by his brothers, Udell Reisner and Marcus Frog Reisner, and a sister, Mildred Slusher. Again, services held earlier today. Services are set for in the morning at 11 for 61-year-old Brenda Clemens Thompson of Sagersville. She passed away Sunday at her home. The daughter of the late Kenneth and Mildred DeMoss Clemens, her husband, DeLord Thompson, and son, Jason Thompson, and her sister, Loretta Thompson, preceded her in death. She survived by her son, Kenneth, daughter Tanya Curtis, sister Audrey Pack, 2 grandkids, and 1 great-grandchild. Services again start in the morning at 11 from the Sagersville Funeral Home. Visitation is this evening and prior to services tomorrow. 53-year-old Kimberly Adams of Sagersville passed away Monday at the Norton Audubon Hospital in Louisville. The daughter of the late Ronnie Adams and Rita Howard Adams, who survives. She's as well survived by her sons Cody Francis and Corey Francis, daughter Amber Henry, brother Tony Adams, sister Christy Dyer, and 3 grandchildren. She was preceded in death, in addition to her father, by brother Tim. Services are set for this coming Saturday at 1 from the Magoffin County Funeral Home Chapel. Visitation will be Friday night after 6.
Get ready for an unforgettable summer of music and entertainment at the Mountain Arts Center with Billie Jean Osborne's Kentucky Opry Summer Show. This year's show brings you 6 incredible nights of sensational performances. Summer is in the air, and so are the incredible sounds of the Kentucky Opry. Don't miss out on this must-see event. Tickets can be purchased now by calling 1-888-MAC-ARTS, stopping by the People's Bank box office, or visiting us at www.macarts.com.
Hello, I'm Dr. Cheryl Stalder-Cheney, podiatrist currently located in Sayersville, Kentucky. I've been servicing patients within Eastern Kentucky for the past 20 years.
Our feet are the foundation for everything we do, and whether you're suffering from fractures or injuries, need custom orthotics, diabetic foot care, sports medicine, heel pain, wound care, or anything else foot-related, relief is just one step away.
Welcome to Hope Family Podiatry Center, where we take care of all of your podiatric needs.
Located on the Parkway next to Hope Pediatrics.
It is time to upgrade, and Appalachian Wireless has an unbeatable offer for you. For a limited time only, Appalachian Wireless is slashing $300 off selected smartphones. Smartphones like the iPhone 14 and Samsung Z Flip and Fold are $300 off with no trade-in required. Visit any Appalachian Wireless store today or go online at AppalachianWireless.com for details and devices. Because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless. Terms and conditions apply. Offer valid while supplies last.
Great deal deals on the greatest brands at Conley Tire with up to $150 back on Goodyears, $100 on Hancooks, $100 on Mickey Thompsons, $125 on Yokohamas. And you can always pay now or later. Plus quick service with oil changes, brake jobs, $35 computer diagnostics to fix and repair your ride at Conley Tire and conleytire.net. Someone dies in the U.S. every 7 minutes from an overdose, and over half of the population gets or takes pills from a friend or relative. And about 46 million and counting are exposed to narcotics in their drinking water. So don't toss them, flush them, or leave them lying around. Safely dispose of your unneeded meds anytime at Parkway Pharmacy,
where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
Well, for a whole lot of reasons, be sure and pick up tomorrow's edition of the Sagersville Independent, where just a short time ago, my editor, Heather Oney, was talking with and interviewing Miss Magoffin Riley Castle, whose pageant experience, I think, literally began with the Miss Magoffin County pageant she first entered, taking her directly to Miss Kentucky, where she did very well representing us over the course of the several-day pageants.
Magoffin County, Riley Castle.
Miss Magoffin Riley Castle, yes, in her only second pageant ever on the Miss Kentucky stage. Wednesday through Saturday of last week, finishing in the top 12. Also, she was Miss Kentucky's Choice. Remember the votes that we asked you to make in support of her? Well, you did, and she won, and that's as well part of her experience, all of which she's outlining for Heather as we speak, and will be in tomorrow's edition of the Sagersville Independent. So please pick one up, and whenever you have the opportunity, congratulate this young lady for representing us so well. The story in tomorrow's paper, and I'm sure Miss Riley won't have any trouble sitting down with me and talking about her experience sometime hopefully in the near future. Her platform was anxiety and depression awareness, her talent, tap, which she done since she was a little girl, and I'm looking forward to talking to her in person about her wonderful experience. But for now, be sure and you read about it in tomorrow's edition of the Sagersville Independent. Congratulations, and thank you, Miss Riley. Now, on to your Licking Valley RECC 7-Day. We are on to more 80s. We are on to continued shower chances. This pattern shows no sign of letting up anytime this month so far. First and foremost, a look at your radar from around 3:30 this afternoon. This portion of the program was recorded earlier in an effort for myself to make an evening obligation. And with that said, well, that was what was rolling through, particularly just a few light showers that weren't even, I don't think, showing up on the ground over the downtown area of Sagersville, but more to our west. You can see showers and storms coming through E-Town on their way through central Kentucky. This is part of a cold front that's coming through and will give us some shower and storm chances for us and for a lot of others, to the tune of about 20% chance of some showers and storms tonight. Patchy fog, partly cloudy, and a 64-degree low, followed by your Thursday. I knew I was going to do that before the end of the show. Your Thursday tomorrow, shower chances will go up to about a 30% shot or so after 2 o'clock, some patchy fog in the a.m. Otherwise, mostly sunny and another warm one in the forecast at 87 for your Thursday, 65 tomorrow night. Shower chances go from like 30% mid-afternoon to about a 50% chance throughout the rest of the evening, and that 50% will carry on into your Friday, which is day after tomorrow. I got to keep reminding myself. And you'll see the effects of that cold front will drop down a few degrees, 4 or 5 down to about 83, but still in the 80s. Mostly sunny and still 50% chance of showers for your Friday. And what does the post 4th of July weekend look like weather-wise? Well, here's what I have for you at this hour. Not all that bad, mid-80s, partly sunny We will throw in a 20% chance of showers, thunderstorms, like say in the latter morning hours, 11 or so. Now that does grow, as you can see to the bottom right of your screen, about a 50% chance by Saturday evening. But Saturday, by and large, partly sunny, 85, and only about a 20% chance of some showers and thunderstorms until we get into the latter part of the afternoon and evening. For the latter part of your weekend, for your Sunday, well, that looks to be a bit of a different story. More clouds and showers and storms than not. I believe right now we'll say 79 degrees as temperatures take another hit, and then that will give us a 70% chance of showers and thunderstorms in the latter half of your weekend, and again, mostly cloudy skies. And look at that, we hover right around the 80-degree mark, give or take, for not just Sunday, but on into your Monday, Tuesday, maybe even as far as Wednesday into next week, with the sun returning, partly at least on Monday, and then sticking around thereafter. But again, temperatures hovering 79 Sunday and Monday, and 81, 82 Tuesday, Wednesday, and shower and storm chances will not give us a rest. Same pattern for the most part, just a little bit of different timing. 70 to a 50 or 30% chance of showers across the board all the way through midweek, and really every day throughout your 7-day has got some sort of a shower and storm chance, either anywhere from 20 to 70%, just, covering all the bases, I guess. And that's it. That's it for tonight. I'll see you back here tomorrow for more of Your News Today. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday, and be sure and pick up tomorrow's edition. This is obviously not it. They're still in the works. But of the Sagersville Independent, between now and then, read about our Miss Magoffin and her wonderful trip and representation of Magoffin County at Miss Kentucky, and a whole lot more important news and information that you'll only find there. Good night, and thank you for watching.